Why I still take sales calls myself? I run a company with 1,000 cleaners and I still get on sales calls. People might think that that's a founder or an owner not being able to let go. It's the opposite. I'm going to tell you why. One of the biggest reasons is you get to learn something that the reports or feedback can't tell you. The first one, the obvious one, is you hear the real pain in the buyer's words and their tone. It's something you can't learn from CRM notes. I have a great sales team, great go-to-market team, but me, myself, hearing what the buyer is saying, and a lot of times what they're not saying, a lot of times what their body language is telling me, will tell me more than reading a super detailed report in our CRM, in HubSpot. Like you can't get the nuance. You can't get the underlying message they're trying to share with you. Because a lot of times people, they don't want to badmouth their cleaners. They won't tell you everything because they still want you to give an honest bid in your professional opinion. But you can learn a lot. You can also ask a lot more than you think you can. I ask a ton of questions. I don't ever cross the line too far, but it's my job to get as much information as I can from my client or my prospect. It's their job to tell me what I can ask. I don't know what I can ask. I'm going to ask for the moon and they're going to tell me, hey, we'll give you up to the end of the ocean here. But if you don't ask, the answer is always no. By being the one out there on the phone or in person, you know where to push. You also know your business better than the sales reps and the go-to-market team and the operations team do. Like everyone in my company knows the business very well. We train them a lot. They're industry experts, but I've done it longer than longer than they have. And my family's been doing it longer. So I have a lot of knowledge, not just about the business, but also maybe their industry, their building. Like I walk into a building, I probably have done research on it in the past. I kind of like on the side, look up buildings across my markets and have an idea of all the addresses. So it gives me a little bit of context when I'm going into my tours. You can catch things like what the industry gets wrong before your team does. I mean, like you will know the competitor landscape better than your team. You will understand because, at least for myself, I talk to peers in the industry, I talk to competitors even, and you're trying to extract information a lot of this time. So when I talk to them, I have a little bit more of like the lay of the land. So when I'm meeting with this prospect, I'm not going to go and badmouth my clients or my competitors because I think that's terrible business. I don't feel like to put someone down to lift me up, but you can know where to thread when you know who the incumbent is. You can know what thread to pull on. You can know what pain to kind of poke on because you know where the shortfalls are. So you can kind of extract a little more or guide the conversation in a certain way. And your team will know that a little bit, but it takes a little bit of savvy and a little bit of a dance. So that's why I go in the sales calls because I know where to push, where to pull. And you can find out fast where the service falls short. This is an easy one, but just being the owner, the operator, you have a full picture of your company. A salesperson might come in and just try to, do disco on some of the pain that they know, but they might not ask questions related to billing challenges or, invoices late or costing. If you said an ops person, they might not know the right sales question to ask. They may be focused on operations. Whereas you going in, you know how to ask the full picture of service failures. You're not just asking one or the other. You're looking at the whole thing. Sometimes some people might not have a cleaning problem, but they might hate the company's administrative problems. We want a contract in an entirely new market for us. That was not necessarily because of the cleaning. The cleaning was a bit of a challenge, but the big pain for this company was that the administrative portion was slowing them down. They use a platform that's like their own, work order system. And we've used it in the past. The company that they currently worked with had never used it, but said they did. And invoices were coming in late, just like it was coming in wrong. It was a lot of the client having to manage the cleaning company. So they said to us, if you can solve this for us, we take the work. So we actually won a contract not for the cleaning, but for the admin side of things. And we've kept that client now it's been a couple of years now. So again, you can identify the service fails across multiple branches and multiple pain points, not just things in a vacuum that your team might know. Beyond the reasons of like or prospect facing is what it does for my company. Founder-led sales, I think it's fairly common that the founder-led sales are the best sales. Whether you're in janitorial or tech or equipment, like the founder, the person that is like in the business, that believes it, eats, sleeps, and breathes it, built it, scaled it, is the one who's going to sell the best. They have the scars, they have the stories. Yes, I didn't start my business, I'm not the founder, but when I joined, we were 300. Today we're 1,000, we're going to 2,500. So I've been part of the substantial scale of this business, and I've been the one doing a lot of the selling, a lot of the client relationships, a lot of the operations. So I understand the picture and help contribute to it. So by knowing all of that and staying close, by having, quote, founder-led sales, your team sees that. I'm not just hiring a go-to-market team and sales reps saying, go do this and bring me back quota and bring me back solutions. No, I'm listening to their calls on a weekly basis. I'm sitting there bouncing ideas off with them. Hey, what talk track, what script worked for you this week? 1 week I heard Cole fire up some new kind of like intro, and I was like, that's amazing. I'm going to try that one. And we just bounce ideas off each other. And it's not, I'm the founder, so I'm here. Like we're all peers and we're just trying to learn from each other, give each other positive feedback, honest feedback, constructive feedback. It's not, we laugh a little bit. Someone does something a little bit stupid, has egg on their face. Well, we'll laugh a little bit. We'll put some humor into it, but it just keeps everything honest. It lets us take it seriously because the founder's in, but it also lets us keep it light because we're all in this together. We're in the trenches together. Beyond that, it keeps the org flat. Like on my go-to-market team, I will not, at least for the future, like when we're trying to scale to 2,500 cleaners, I believe strongly that we can get there with no, call it like executive level go-to-market person. Like I will head that team up, even though I'm president and I have a bunch of companies and I wear a bunch of hats in other things. Like my time does get stretched. I plan to stay on that team as the head of it for as long as I can. And I believe we can get to our current goal of me staying involved there. So by keeping it flat, I have a bunch of individual contributors, people that know what their function is and are self-sufficient, self-starters. Like we give them a project, they run, we give them a quota or a territory, whatever, they just go. And it allows you to keep the org flat. One, that's great from a cost perspective. You don't need a lot of levels, but it just keeps you close to the team, which again is so paramount to building the culture you want to build. The last one on that vein of what it is for the company is just builds trust. It's again, you're not managing from an ivory tower. You're not pushing everything down and delegating. You're in the trenches with the team. And when you're in the field, the prospect sees it, you're reporting quick feedback of what you learned in your experience, what your little test that you did, bring it back to the team. They can then take that, iterate on it or apply it, whatever they feel like. And again, it builds that cohesiveness and trust amongst the team. Even though I'm involved in sales and I still make calls, I still carry, I try to carry a quota, all that sort of stuff. There is a time and a place. Like there's sometimes you don't need to be involved. Other times you absolutely should be involved. The times as the founder, as the owner, as the president that you should be involved is when you feel like you can learn something or you can help push a deal over the line. I expect our AEs to be full cycle, build their own pipeline, hold their own quota, put their proposals out, close their deals, like handle it soup to nuts. But I want them to make money. I want them to win. Obviously, I want us to win, but I also want them to win. So when I need to provide air cover because I think the deal's too complex, I will step in, let them run it. Unless it's a really, really, really big one, that's a different story. But typically we'll let them run them all and we'll provide air cover. Myself, our other VPs, we'll all get involved to help push that deal over the line. No one's on an island here. We win as a team, we lose as a team. The other important one is you should absolutely be honest. If you feel like you can learn something. We have won contracts that are in sectors that we've never serviced before that I knew that, even I'm a little bit new to this. Even though cleaning is cleaning in a lot of spaces, but I'm new to this one. Let me sit in and join because I'm going to do a bit of a different discovery. I'm not just doing discovery on the prospect and pain. I'm also trying to unpack kind of their business model, their needs, how they operate, how they think about operations, if you will, because different sectors have different needs. I have clients that think about cleaning and health and safety at the same level. In fact, they think about health and safety maybe a little bit above cleaning, which is interesting. A lot of manufacturing thinks about it that way. Health and safety and standards are like paramount, whereas the cleaning is obviously important. But again, they if you have a health and safety infraction, it's much worse than a cleaning infraction. Other companies, I've never heard them mention health and safety. We take it seriously, but it's cleaning is the absolute most important. So understanding what moves the needle for the company is important. So again, if you can learn something, absolutely be on the sales call. When you shouldn't be on the sales call, you don't want to make yourself the bottleneck. You don't want all the deals flowing through you. So like I said, there's some deals that I will take myself. Like it'll come in and it'll route to my team because they get all even the inbound, not just doing outbound, they're getting the inbound. But there's some that I see that I'm like, you know what? I should handle this one because I know this industry or I know this client or it's a target account, it's a whale, whatever it is, there's reasons we have. I will go out and do it. But I also don't want to bottleneck the process. Not like I'll do it and then drop back on the team, but then I'm involved and like kind of half in, half out. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And I'll commit to that early on in the process. Then there's the other ones where it's like, I'll go and support them for the site tour where I know that they might not understand the nuance of this account. I understand it well. So they'll run the deal. I'll do the tour because then I can get in early, do discovery, but also, again, subtly talk about get a lay of the land for the competitors, subtly maybe pull on some threads that would cause some pain or some doubt. I can also give a little bit of a pitch without sounding too salesy. I can educate them on the last 20 years of industry history that I know. And I can tell you that works because we've won in the past, I'll say 12 months, 2 contracts that were easily over $500,000 a year that I went on the tours and both clients said not just me actually, I can't discredit my VP of Ops, is amazing. Both of us went on at different times and we were able to not only educate them, to give them the comfort that owners are involved. And they did say, that's why we worked with you. You guys were just committed. The ownership was involved and you were really knowledgeable on the tour without being super pushy and salesy. That's important. But again, don't just do the tours for the sake of it and then bottleneck the process. In sales, speed to lead and speed to proposal, super important for winning deals. So if you're going to bottleneck the process, don't get involved. Stay on the sidelines and coach from the backs, from the bench. But again, being in can help you win a lot of deals. You shouldn't get involved again for smaller deals when all you need to do is be informed, kind of like what I just touched on. SMB deals to low mid-market deals, just consult your team, be in the background, do a deal review weekly, make sure they're talking about their deals, what's moving, what's not. Do it asynchronously over Teams or Slack. You don't have to be on every deal. Yes, can you likely win it? Sure, but is it worth your time to be the one that has to close every $1,000, $2,000 a month deal, or can your team handle that? If your team can't handle that, you have bigger problems. That's my take on why I spend time in sales, why I plan to for a long time. Now, my time is getting limited, so I don't make as many cold calls as I would like, but that's something that I still get into on a regular basis. It's just super important. I think one want to build a great sales go-to-market team, if you want to have repeatable pipeline, if you want to close deals, if you want to win enterprise deals, if you want to just like have big growth goals, it's so important for founder-led or like CEO, president-led sales. It's the way to go. It's super important. You don't have to be the expert on all things, but you need to be knowledgeable on it. If you're not knowledgeable on it, by doing it, you will get knowledgeable on it. Then you can bring in great people. You'll be able to see who's great and who's mediocre. You can keep hiring great people, and then the flywheel starts turning on your go-to-market motion. But until you lead it, until you do it, you won't get to the place of having repeatable pipeline, which is what everybody wants. So get into it, start doing it, become an expert. You can learn from a lot of resources online, videos, podcasts, and so forth. And then when you get a team, stay close to it. It's not just set it and forget it. It does not work. I've heard a ton of owners that say they want to set it and forget it, put a team in place. Never works. I've not yet seen it work successfully. It always breaks at some point. So anyways, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I would appreciate if you liked it. I would also appreciate if you subscribed. It would mean the world to me. And if you have any questions or comments, drop them below. I will answer them, tell you more about how we built our go-to-market team. If there's anything you want to know that maybe you don't want to share publicly, feel free to DM me on my socials. The link's somewhere above here. That's it. See you next time, friend.